Alright. I am going to be reading from the book of Joel. Okay. Uh, you know, chapter 1. It says, "The word of the Lord that came to Joel, the son of Pethion. Hear this, you elders, and give ear, all you inhabitants of the land. Has anything like this happened in your days? Or even in the day of your father? Tell your children about it. Let your children tell their children and their children another generation. What the chewing locust left, the swarming locust has eaten. What the swarming locust left, the chewing locusts have eaten. And what the chewing locust left, the consuming locusts have eaten. Awake, you drunkards, and weep and wail, all you drunkards of wine, because of the new wine, for it has been cut off from your mouth. For a nation that has come against my land, strong and without number. His teeth are teeth of a lion, and he has the fangs of a fierce lion. He has laid waste my vine and ruined my fig tree. He has strapped it bare, and thrown it away. Its branches are made white. Lament like a virgin girded with sackcloth, for the husband of youth. The grain offering and the drink offering have been cut off from the house of the Lord. The priests warn who minister to the Lord. The field is wasted, the land mourns, for the grain is numbered, or is ruined. The new wine is dried up, the oil fails. Be ashamed, you farmers. Well, you vine dressers, for the wheat and the barley, because the harvest of the field has perished. The vine has dried up, the fig tree has withered, the pomegranate tree, the palm tree also, and the apple tree. All the trees of the field are withered. Surely joy has withered away from the sons of man. So it's saying as all those have dried up, so is the joy that's in the Son of Man has dried up. Almost, has gone away from the sons of man. Gird yourself and lament, you priest. Wail, you who minister before the altar. Come lie all night in sackcloth, you who minister to my God. For the grain offerings and the drink offerings are withered from the house of your God. Consecrate a fast. Call a scattered assembly. Gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of the Lord your God, and cry out to the Lord. Also for the day of the Lord is at hand. It has come, and destruction from the Almighty. Is not the flood cut off before one's eyes? Joy and gladness from the house of our God. The seed shrivels under the cold. Storehouses are in shambles. Barns are broken down, for the grain has withered. How the animals groan, the herds of cattle are restless, because that they have no pasture. Even the flocks of the sheep suffer punishment. O Lord, to you I cry out. For fire has devoured the open pasture, and the flame has burned all the trees of the field. The beasts of the field also cry out to you, for the brooks are dried up, and fire has devoured the open pastures. Blow the trumpet in Zion, and sound an alarm in the holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord is coming, for it is at hand. A day of darkness and gloomness, a day of cloud and thick darkness. Like the morning clouds spread over the mountains, a people come great and strong, the like of whom has never been, nor will there ever be any such after them. Even for many successful generations, a fire devours before them, and behind them a flame burns. A land is like the Garden of Eden before them, and behind them a desolate wilderness. Surely nothing shall escape them. Their appearance is like the appearance of horses, and like swift steeds, so they run with a nose like chariots. Over mountains they leap like the noses of a flaming fire that devours the stubble. Like a strong people set in battle array. Before them the people wither in pain. All faces are dried of color. They run like mighty men. They climb the wall like men of war. Even one marches in formation, and they do not break ranks. They do not push one another. Every one marches in his own column. Though they lunge between the weapons, they are not cut down. They run and from into the city. They run on the well. They climb into the houses. They enter at the windows like a thief. The earth quakes before them, the heavens tremble, the sun and moon grow dark, and the stars diminish their brightness. The Lord gives voice before his army, for his camp is very great. For strong is the one who executes his word, for the day of the Lord is great and very terrible. Who can endure it? Now therefore, says the Lord, turn to me with all your heart, with fasting, with weeping, and with mourning. So rend your heart, and not your garments. Return to the Lord your God. For he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and great kindness, and he relents from doing harm. Who knows if he will turn and relent, and leave a blessing behind him, a grain offering and a drink offering for the Lord your God. Blow the trumpet in Zion, consecrate a fast, sell a scattered assembly, gather the people, sanctify the congregation, assemble the elders, gather the children and nursing babies. Let the bridegroom go out from the chambers, and the bride from the dressing room. Let the priest who minister to the Lord weep between the porch and the altar. Let them say, spare your people, O Lord, and do not give the heritage to reproach, that the nation should rule over them. Why should they say among the people, where is their God? Then the Lord will be zealous for his land and pity his people. The Lord will answer and say to his people, behold, I will send you grain and new wine and oil, and you will be satisfied by them. I will no longer make you a reproach among the nations, but I will remove far from you the northern army, and will drive him away into a barren and desolate land, with his face toward the eastern sea and the back toward the western sea. He stretched or snatched will come up, and his full order will rise, because he has done monstrous things. Fear not, O land, be glad and rejoice, for the Lord has done marvelous things, and not been afraid. You beasts of the field, for the open pastures are springing up, and the tree bears its fruit. The fig tree and the vine yield their strength. Be glad then, you children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord your God, for he has given you the former rain faithfully, and he will cause the rain to come down for you, the former rain and the latter rain in the first month. The thrashing floors shall be full of wheat, and the vats shall overflow with new wine and oil. So I will restore you the years that you swarming locusts have eaten, the crawling locusts, the consuming locust, and the chewing locust. My great army which I have sent among you shall eat in plenty and be satisfied, and praise the name of the Lord your God, who has dealt wondrously with you, who has, and my people shall never be put to shame. Then you shall know that I am in the midst of Israel. I am the Lord your God, and there is no other. My people shall never be put to shame, and it shall come to pass afterward that I will pour out my spirit on all flesh. Your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, your old men shall dream dreams, young men shall see visions, and also the men servants on their maid servants. I will pour out my spirit in those days, and I will show wonders in the heaven and in the earth, blood and fire and pillar of smoke. The sun shall be turned into darkness and the moon into blood before the coming of the great awesome day of the Lord. And it shall come to pass that whoever calls on the name of the Lord shall be saved. For in Mount Zion in Jerusalem there shall be deliverance, as the Lord has said, among the remnant whom the Lord calls. That right there is some pretty cool stuff. For behold, in these days and that time when I bring back the captives of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and bring them down to the valley of Josaphat, and I will enter into judgment with them their own account of my people, my heritage Israel, whom I have scattered among the nations. They have also divided up my land. They have cast lots for my people, have given a boy as payment for a harlot, and sold a gold or a girl for wine for many drink. Indeed, what have you to do with me, O Tyre, O Sidon, and all the coast of Philistines? Will you retaliate against me? But if you retaliate against me swiftly and speedily, I will return your relation upon your own head, because you have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried it into the temples, my prized possessions. Also the people of the Judah and the people of Jerusalem you have sold the Greeks, that you may remove them far from their borders. Behold, I will raise them out of the place to which you have sold them, and will return the retaliation upon your own head. I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hands of the people of Judah, and they will sell them into the Sabins, to the people far off. For the Lord has spoken. Proclaim this among the nations. Prepare for war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plow sharp into swords, and your punishing hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble the assembly and come. And you nations, and gather together all around. Cause your mighty ones to go down there, O Lord. Let the nations be weakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat. For there I will sit to judge all the surrounding nations, put the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come down, go down, for the winepress is full, the vats are overflowing, their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision. For the Lord is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon will grow dark, and the stars will diminish their brightness, and the Lord also will roar from Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem. The heavens and the earth will shake. But the Lord will be a shelter for his people, and a strength of the children of Israel. So you shall know that I am your Lord, your God, dwelling in Zion, my holy mountain. Then Jerusalem shall be holy, and the alien shall ever pass through again. And it will come to pass in that day that the mountain shall drip with new wine, the hills shall flow with milk, and all the brooks of Judah shall be flooded with water. Fountains shall flow from the house of the Lord, and water the valley of Exeras. Egypt shall be desolate, and Eden a desolate wilderness, because of the violence against the people of Judah. For they have shed innocent blood in their land. But Judah shall abide forever, and Jerusalem for generation to generation. For I will acquit them of their guilt of bloodshed, whom I have not acquitted. For the Lord dwells in Zion.